Welcome everyone to our webinar. And today we will discuss the virtual try-on of glasses, sunglasses, and other related eyewear. But more importantly, we are going to focus on how this technology can help eyewear manufacturers solve their problems and alleviate their pain points. This includes cushioning supply chain disruptions, simplifying inventory management, optimizing distribution, decreasing the shipping costs, and squashing returns. Please welcome Ayla. She is our resident business advisor and an expert in augmented reality, especially the virtual try-on. She is going to be in charge of the presentation. Meanwhile, feel free to ask the questions in the chat. I will relay them to her during the Q&A session at the tail end of the meeting. Ayla, go ahead. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Alex. Hi, everyone. I can't see your comments or pretty much hear you, but pleasure to be your host today. So as an introduction in this segment, I would like to give you a brief description of the entire industry from the statistical point of view, just to mention some of the most important information, such as that sunglasses are predicted to be the fastest growing segment in the eyewear industry, and projections for overall eyewear industry and annual growth in USA for the next 4 years are 4.3% as per CAGR, which is a compound annual growth rate. And by 2030, I think it's projected to reach well over $223 billion. Just to compare to some of the numbers from 2020, I think about 35,000 stores was the total number of optical eyewear, sunglasses, and lenses shops was operating in the US. Of course, it's very important to mention that despite the eyewear market's rise in online stores and overall digitalization of the entire world, the physical stores still have and will maintain a crucial role in this industry. Given that the market is really highly competitive and worldwide, basically, with numerous established brands and new entrants constantly vying for market share, industry reports have noted that adoption of virtual try-on solutions is not something that's new to this market. It's something that saw significant surge, is going to have additional increase in the future, and it's not just becoming a great add-on, it's becoming a norm for the industry. So as an example, I'm going to use, of course, Ray-Ban, Warby Parker, Lenscard, Glasses USA, Smart Buy Glasses, Specsavers, Zenni Opticals, all of those huge players on the eyewear market industry are already using and implementing virtual try-on their online stores or online websites, but also in the offline mode, which is something I'm going to be describing later on. iBuyDirect Incorporated, which is an online retailer of optical glasses, which they are based in Austin, Texas, gave us results of implementing more advanced recommendation system within the virtual try-on, and they saw about 20% of increase in click-through rates. When I say it like this, it does not sound like much, especially when I say that they saw that the average overall session value amongst users who are exposed to similar products was increased by only 2.4%. But when I tell you that this resulted in a projected annual revenue increase of $1.15 million, it's a bit larger number. So this overall growth in the entire eyewear market is driven by an increasing number of people requiring vision correction due to aging population, rising disposable incomes, changing consumer preferences, and also we have the technological advancement that is significantly, increasing our need for optical help, basically. So the increasing prevalence of eye disorders like myopia, hyperopia, it's also one of the main drivers for an increased demand in eyewear products. So this is all taking the eyewear industry into expected growth in the market over the next 5 years, as I mentioned, and we are all still to see this. So now I would like to give you basically a brief introduction into how our virtual try-on solution works and what are the parameters that we take into consideration when actually um, doing the virtual try-on implementation. So I'm going to start sharing my screen. Um, Alex or somebody from participants, just please let me know once you actually can see it. I think it should be visible at this point. And this is our Banuba Web AR SDK. So the first thing that I'm going to be showing you is those parameters, how we are taking into consideration what's being taken into account, and how is all of this going to take to increase in online sales up to 35% or reduce the time and effort implemented by actual employees in on-site stores by over 25%, which is some of the metrics that we've gotten from our clients and from the virtual try-on companies overall. So this is our Precise AI face tracking. What I'm going to show you here is this segment. So here you can see some of the landmarks that we are actually using to do the virtual try-on solution. I hope that you all can see me. If I go back here, I think you can. So the 3D modeling of facial features with up to 3,500 vertices. We have a multi-face tracker. We have a distance to camera. So if you see here, you have the measures of how far away I am from the camera, which is really important when doing the virtual try-on solution because not all the products are going to look the same without that distance depth. We have extreme angles of detection, which is this. As you see, it's moving along with my face. We have the body segmentation here, which is also a crucial part of detecting where a specific body part ends and the other one starts. We have lip segmentation, which might not be crucial for this part, but here we have the eye segmentation, which is very important measure and very important segment of the AI, smart AI face tracking for the eyewear industry. So it's definitely something um, that is presentable for this case, showing how stable detection, even with facial accessories, looks like, which is something I'm going to be showing once I'm actually demoing our feature. So let me close this step now and go into our demo environment for the virtual try-on solutions. So here we have an option to turn on the live camera or actually upload a photo. Both of them work. Both of them are going to be demoed by me. But the eye catcher is certainly a live camera where you can see how my face is being analyzed in this area, in this head placeholder, and all of the parameters that you've seen on the previous demo that I've done are doing the recalculation here, and we are entering our virtual try-on solution demo environment. I'm sure that some of you have attended previous webinars for makeup, hats, scarves, jewelry, accessories, skincare, the one that I've done myself. But for this webinar, of course, we're going to be using the one for glasses. So this is very important thing to note, that there is no need for actual scanning of your face. Some of the virtual try-ons actually do require you to scan your face from all the sides for you to twist your head so it can capture all the angles. For us, it's already done when your face is being analyzed through that circle in the previous screen you've seen. So let's select these photos, and you're going to see that even if I have the headset on, the parameters are still being taken into consideration. The glasses or the product is actually moving with my face. And this is definitely a pair of glasses that I would be selecting for myself if I was buying. We have some more, and again, as you see, it's going to be moving along with my face. This is very important because virtual try-on solutions shrink the decision-making time and increase the confidence in the purchase. So if I was going into a Ray-Ban store, let's say, I know how many models they have. I don't want to try like 200 of them. And some of them, let's face it, don't fit my face that well. Maybe this one looks good, but maybe this one doesn't look that good. In this case, it looks okay, but for me, I don't like it as much as this one. So if I was to go on the platform of Ray-Ban, for example, and try on 20 pair of glasses, I would already know before coming into the store which ones I actually want to try offline or on site in the store. This was actually going to significantly decrease the staff workload because I'm going to require less assistance in the store from the consultants in the market. I can consult basically myself, already knowing what I want. So this is definitely something that's one of the biggest benefits in the virtual try-on segment. What I'm also going to show is how it actually looks like on the photos. So let me open this one up. The photo is angled, so it's not straight from here. And you're also going to see that even while doing the images, it's going to be adjusted. So here we have this beautiful lady, and let's try the same glasses on her. And as you see, of course, the virtual try-on is detecting the position of the head, the angle of the photo, and it's not going to give us the straight glasses, but it's also going to adjust the position of glasses as per the photo. The same thing it did while I was live testing. This is something that's significant because there is many pain points for both B2C and B2B companies in the eyewear industry. How this solution can handle with them. I'm just going to stop sharing my screen so I can come in and potentially talk to you a bit more. So we have options or we have the ways to cooperate with both B2C and B2B companies. For B2B, we can optimize the logistics part and the cost part. Eyewear manufacturers release anywhere from 2 to 5 collections a year, which is a really huge number for any manufacturer. Each of them are counting hundreds of frames and SKUs. All of them have to be shipped. All of them have to be tested. Shipping them to multiple retailers is a really costly process, resulting in huge delays, sometimes, returns, even in the larger amounts, and overall wastage. Not all frames will be ordered by optometry retailers. Not all of them are going to go into the fashion industry, and these are huge losses. Here, virtual try-on solution saves a lot of money. It's going to be a timely process to implement, to tens of thousands of products. But when you have this, each frame's production that's very costly multiplied by the number of stores and frames in the collection that are going to go towards those stores is going to be justified. Why? Because instead of receiving samples, the actual retail store or manager, owner, whoever is directing this part, they can come in, try the virtual try-on, try the glasses through the virtual try-on multiple people, multiple face shapes, multiple facial features, and see what they look like. They can get an idea of what's it going to look like. They can do the cost effectiveness here and say, okay, I want this collection, this collection, this collection, this many, this many, and this many. This is also a good thing for manufacturers because visiting them personally or actually shipping is another costly process to actually limit the sales rep's time. So it's definitely a long process here, and it's definitely something that's seeing a high increase in presence on the market, but it's something that's going to hugely give a return of investment really, really soon. The second thing that can really be significant, and we've already heard this from our clients and from basically a lot of big companies in the eyewear industry, is inventory or stock management. So VTO, virtual try-on solution or tool, provides valuable data on customer preferences and popular styles. This data can be used to optimize inventory management, ensuring that popular products are the ones that are going to be adequately stocked and the less popular ones are going to be reduced or are going to be somewhere in the back available, but not in as large quantity as the popular ones. So basically, to sum up, for the B2B, we are lowering the shipping costs, we're excluding the cost of shipping samples, and we are very beneficial for the inventory slash stock management. For the B2C, I think this is pretty straightforward and really clear, but it can be also in multiple ways. So for the B2C, of course, you are selling to end clients. It can be fashion glasses, it can be prescription glasses, optical ones, and people have different tastes. People don't have the same eyewear shape, fit their face uh, in the best way. You're going to come in, implement the solution to your website, and you're going to provide your clients with an offline experience in an online mode. This is one way. This is for the online versions, for websites, for mobile apps, for anything where you are allowing your customers or clients to buy uh, through the platform and not in a physical store, e-commerce. There is a second option, which is implementing a virtual try on site in magic mirrors. We've had this use case where a retailer and a eyewear reseller has over 1,000 SKUs in their shop. They're going to come in, they're going to showcase maybe 10, 15 frames to their clients, not knowing their preferences, not knowing what they like, but they're going to have five, six, seven more customers waiting for them. Sometimes it's two, three sellers, 10, 15 customers. They don't have the same amount of time to devote to everybody. If they already have a magic mirror in the store or a tablet that has a virtual try-on solution with all of their SKUs, they can point their clients here, say, this is the virtual try-on, instead of having to handpick everything from the tallest shelves. You can come in, try it here, have 10, 15, 20 frames that you like the best, and then let me give them to you physically so you can try them. So this is definitely something that helps even in offline mode or on-site stores. And for the overall like omni-channel sales, including offline and online, it's significantly decreasing the return rates, because if I actually try something even virtually before buying it, it's I have a more certainty at my purchase. I'm certain that it's going to fit me right. And that significantly decreases the chances of me having to return that product because it either doesn't fit or I simply don't like the way it looks on me. Maybe my eyebrows are too high on these glasses. Maybe the glasses are too big for my face and I look like a fly and I don't like it. And I would have to return it, because if I'm buying a costly pair of glasses, it's definitely going to, be a significant impact on my budget. But if I try it on previously, I don't have a need to return it unless it's actually physically damaged. So, due to Shopify statistics, I think a decrease in returns from online sales in eyewear industry was calculated to anywhere from 25 to 30%, which is a huge impact on the return on investment in this case. So basically, just to kind of try and sum up, by leveraging the virtual try-on solution, B2B eyewear companies can optimize the logistic chain, reduce cost, minimize errors, and enhance overall customer satisfaction, leading to a more profitable business operation. B2C customers can, of course, um, leverage this to improve the quality of their omni-channel sales, whether it's offline or online, and of course, return lower the returns on the e-commerce sales that they do. This is it for the demo and statistics and eyewear segment here. What I really want to mention and is really impactful for the virtual try-on solution industry is what's coming soon by the beginning of 2024 from Tint and from Banuba. We are going to be enhancing our measurements, specifically pupillary distance measurement and segmental height measurements, which are optical measurements, and they are very significant for the precision in this segment. And we are going to be able to create a personalized experience for each user based on that. How is this going to be working? I'm going to come in, I'm going to scan my face. I'm going to see that there's 200 of SKUs or frames that are in that specific store. available, whether it's different colors or different shapes altogether. I may not want to go through all of that, but based on the pupillary distance and segmental height, the system is going to do the analysis, everything that you've seen so far, and then more. It's going to give me recommendation based on my face shape, my eyebrow height, pupillary distance, distance from my eye to start of my hair, and it's going to give me recommendations which frames are going to suit my face the best. Those are going to be pushed to the top, and I'm going to see a small green like button. It's going to be an emphasized SKU, and it's going to be pushed to the top. When I go into virtual try on, trying on all of them, I'm going to be able to see those first. This is going to provide a whole new level of engagement, as well as it's going to be increasing the customer lifetime value and conversion rates. Because if I have to scroll through 200 of SKUs, I may not end up doing that. But if I get top 10 recommended, and out of those 10, I like eight of them, I may not just buy one pair of glasses. I may actually end up with two. So this is something that's going to be implemented in the eyewear sector as well. We already do this on all of our other virtual try-ons, but in order to do the precision in the optical sense, which is calculated in millimeters between the center of the pupils, or vertical measurements in millimeters from the bottom of the lens in my frame to the beginning of progressive addition or progressive lens, it takes some time to be able to do the recommendation system on this. One more thing that's going to be coming in the first quarter of the next year is removal of glasses from the face in real time. So, for example, I personally wear optical glasses and optical lenses, but if I want to do the virtual try-on solution, I may not be able to see what it looks like on me because I don't have my glasses on. I have to take them off. Our AI system is going to be virtually removing your physical glasses and showcasing what the actual virtual try-on should look like, and what the actual frame that you're trying on virtually should look like on you without your physical frame interfering. Um, I've given you all a lot of information, and I think we have a few minutes for Q&A session. So maybe Alex, you can jump in at this point. I've actually talked too much.
Okay, thank you, Ayla, for this nice presentation. As it happens, we have received a few questions. So let's start with the following. How long does digitization take? I assume it's taking the actual physical glasses and making a virtual model. And what do we need to digitize?
Okay. I'll do my best to answer all the questions as correctly as I can, but also please feel free to reach out to me after the webinar, and we can always schedule additional demo call, or we can chat about all the questions that you have. So for the digitization, in the ideal scenario, the perfect process involves obtaining a 3D model of a pair of glasses. This is significantly going to increase the quality of the digitized frame and also decrease the time that it takes. While manufacturers can easily provide this and obtain this, it's a bit more difficult for companies that are B2C and that are retailers. So the onboarding is going in multiple ways. We can achieve digitization with 5 or 6 photos from front, from the back, from side, from the angle. Um, and we can also do the digitization through 2D models that sometimes our clients provide to us. So those have measures they get from their designers or from their manufacturers. So it honestly depends. It can be anywhere from 2 days to 2 weeks, depending on the number of SKUs that you want to have digitized, on the quality of photos that you provide, because some companies just want this to have as a solution that's going to be a next stop towards the online store, or you actually have an e-commerce, we have to have professional photos taken, or 3D models or 2D models. The more material we have for an SKU, the better the quality.
Thank you very much. Let's go to the next question. What are the parameters that businesses need to consider before starting a virtual try-on project? So, what a company should take into account?
This is exactly what I've been saying. So it depends on how many SKUs you have, what's the current trending collection that you have, what's the traffic that your website generates, and if you want to increase it, if you've been, mostly a traditional offline or on-site store, you want to increase your involvement and the traffic. What's the main goal or the problem that you're trying to solve? Are you trying to push the e-commerce? Are you trying to, increase the volume on the existing one? It all depends on your main goal for this. And it also depends on how many retail stores you have, if you want to implement this in an offline or an online mode.
Okay, the next question. On which devices is this glasses virtual try-on tool available?
Oh, it's available on web, mobile, and in-store IoT devices such as magic mirrors.
Okay, that was pretty quick. Um, which factors impact how the digitized products look, and do they look realistic?
Basically, lifelike looks of the products are achieved thanks to our, I would say, superb rendering engine, which implements natural colors, texture, lighting, and real-world object physics. But what impacts how the product looks like is the thing I mentioned in the beginning, the quality of provided materials that we get.
Thank you, Ayla. And the final question is, how long does it take to integrate the virtual try-on tool on the website or app?
Assuming that you already have a technical team that's running your website or managing the e-commerce, it can take anywhere from 2 days to 2 weeks, and we can also provide an extensive support during this period of transition. But it's really simple to do.
Okay. Uh, Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us today. Thank you, Ayla, for your great presentation. Um, I hope you liked it, and I hope you learned something useful today. Good luck in business, and have a nice evening. Goodbye.
Thank you, Alex. Goodbye, everyone.